All right, I'm here with my buddy Rocco, and in this video we're going to go over how you can teach your dog to go to a dog bed. Now, in order to do this, you need a dog, a dog bed, and some treats. Now, I'm using high-value treats here. I usually recommend using the lowest level treat that you can get away with. I'm using the highest level treats because this is just what we happen to have here today. But you want to find a treat that's going to have a good contrast. Dogs' eyes are not very good for detail or for color. Their dogs are actually colorblind. So I prefer dog beds to be either a light cream, a white, or a light gray with no pattern on them. Also, you notice the, I'm sorry, buddy, he knows how to shake. And so if you notice, this is actually more like a cushion. A lot of people get one that's almost like a duvet cover, or it's got a lot of crevices in it. I'm going to be throwing treats here. Yeah, look, good camera presence for you, buddy. And if you have all those crevices, or it's a blanket with a lot of ruffles, it's easy for them to, it's easy for the treats, them not to see the treats, and it's important the way that we're going to go through this. So you also need a command word for the dog bed. Now you can say dog bed. I prefer I like using fun command words. I have a client that lives in Colorado. He found out where the source of the actual treats are. Hey, buddy. And so they have 3 dog beds, 1 on each level. And they go to Colorado a lot, so they have the dog bed on the first floor is called Aspen, second floor is called Boulder, third floor is called Vail. Now they had a theme, you don't have to do that, but you can assign a different command word for each dog bed. Now the order, remember, is always you want the dog to hear the command word first, then the action followed by the reinforcer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say Jamaica, or actually this one is called Venice in my house. My dogs are away. And so I'm just going to say Venice, and I throw the treat. And then the dog gets on the dog bed and licks up the treat. As soon as they exit, I throw another one. I should have said Venice there. I'm going to wait for him to vacate. Venice. 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 And if he doesn't see it like that, throw the second one. But that's why I like leaving a contrasty color, because when he looks, he can see it. If you have dark colored treats in a dark colored dog bed, you're not going to see him very well. Venice. That was not the best throw. Try to throw it so the dog has to take at least one step out of the dog bed to get it. Venice. And you're seeing he's starting to linger. Venice. And that is what's going to happen. And so as soon as your dog vacates, throw another one. Venice. I usually do this for about 20 treats. And you can use your dog's kibble for this as well at home if they're not overly stimulated. Venice. That usually will work. So the first way that I do it is I toss the treats just like I'm showing you. The second way I do it is when the dog is not paying attention, and actually, and I like to do these in concert. So I do the first one like I'm just doing Venice. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to distract him. And then I'm going to throw one there. Yeah, I heard that. And now I'm not going to say, I threw one there, but I'm not going to point it out. Now I just threw a whole bunch of them there. Now usually I throw a little bit more than this, but usually once that's the case, the dog starts checking out the dog bed. I prefer to let the dog find it on his own, which he's about to do, hopefully. Let's see. How about we turn you around a little bit? Venice. So when you notice the dog observes the treats on the dog bed and say Venice right as they're walking over to it. So the first way is to toss the treats. Second way is when the dog's not paying attention. To throw a treat, Venice, that way he was paying attention. The third way I like to do it is, come here, buddy, Venice. So I either lure him into a sit or a down, Venice, and I release the treat into his mouth. So these are 3 ways to entice the dog to go to the dog bed. That's stage 1. Stage 2 is when the dog goes there on his own. I like to kind of airmail the treats like that, Venice. So what you're going to do is when the dog, at first the dog goes, the treats are being thrown there to motivate the dog to go there. After a while, the dog will just start feeling like this is a good place. These are essentially $100 bills to dogs. If you go to a restaurant and find a $100 bill on the floor, every time you go to the restaurant, what are you going to do? Look in the same place you saw that. So dogs kind of operate the same way. So then the dog kind of starts hanging out there because I find all these great treats. Then when the dog goes there, Venice, I throw the treat, and then the dog licks it up. So now when I go to the dog bed, it rains treats. Why would I go anywhere else? Why do I want to go on the couch? If you're trying to keep your dog off of the couch, this is a wonderful way to do it. Your dog goes to the couch and you throw the treat on the dog bed. Goes over here, and then as soon as they vacate and go there, the treats keep on coming here. After a while, just like my buddy Rocco did, they'll start sitting and laying down on there. And you're assigning a command word, so now I can eventually say Venice, and Rocco goes there, and then I would give him a treat after for him following the command. This is a really easy way to do it. Usually within about a week, you should be able to get your dog to do it even faster than that. One little other tip about dog beds. If you have kids in your house or if you have a stressed out dog, we always recommend that the dog bed is a safe place for the dog to go. And so if you have little kids, a lot of kids don't know good boundaries, and so the dog goes to the dog bed and the kids comes over and they want to play with the dog or grab the dog. Dogs have a fight or flight response. If you don't give them a ability to do fight is the only thing that you leave them. Also, a lot of dogs, oh, you're so cute. While you're asleep, I'm going to come and wake you up. If you're asleep and your partner comes and wakes you up to tell you how cute you look, after about the second or third time, you're not really going to like it. Dogs need a lot of sleep. So if your dog's asleep on the couch and it looks really cute, take a picture, appreciate it, and when he wakes up, then go ahead and give him some pets. But give him that space. So make this as a timeout zone, especially for kids. Usually I recommend for adults too. The dog needs a place it can go to on its own. Well, this is my buddy Rocco, and these are some tips and tricks you can use if you need to teach your dog how to go to the dog bed.